I'm a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
I am not a millennial. How do you shut this thing off?
So you may be watching this sitting in your high-rise hoping we're gonna tell you the secret to cracking the millennial code. Or you may be watching this hoping to hate on us for trying to attempt to reduce people into these ridiculous categories and then try to market to them. Whether you're watching this from your parents' basement or from your cubicle, guess what? You're both right. Surprise, surprise. Millennials, like everyone else, are humans and have basic human needs. So marketing to them and creating great products for them is just marketing well and creating great products for human beings. While this may seem bleak in a sea of beards, beanies, mustaches, cold-pressed juices, kombucha, nitro brew, jeaned male bike riders, and avocado toast, there is surely a way to connect with everybody. Hey guys, Kenneth Ott here, Chief Growth Rebel and Closet Millennial. Here at Metacake, we're an e-commerce growth team that has worked with some of the biggest brands in the world to help catapult their business to new heights. And almost every day I read about someone cracking the code as if it's some great mystery on how to market to millennials. So we're gonna debunk that today. But first, the bad news. If you came here looking for the silver bullet to get through to millennials, sorry, there isn't one. However, we are going to talk about the biggest things to keep in mind when marketing to millennials or any living human. First, be authentic. Authenticity has become a buzzword over the last several years, and many people have grown up during a time when mass-produced furniture, food, and entertainment was at its height. As a result, people don't buy into standard messages from brands anymore. It needs to ring true and be authentic. Make sure your business lives out what it promises. Don't hide things in terms and conditions and try sleazy marketing tricks. The days of stuffing disclaimers in fine print and winning are over. Second, be consistent. Define your target audience, your brand voice, and the messages you push out, and then stay consistent. One of our basic human needs is certainty, and this becomes more true as your customers get even younger. Create certainty with your message, your mission, and your product, and you will be on the road to winning. Third, focus on having great quality. All truly great companies focus on this, creating amazing, high-quality products that exceed their promises. This doesn't just mean producing a product that will last a long time. It means making it in a way that takes the rest of the people that we share the planet with into account. Now, I'm not saying you have to plant a tree for every shoe you sell or dig wells in Africa. Don't get me wrong, those are all great. But for most brands, focusing on making great products that exceed customers' expectations is how they will win. Fourth, tell your story. We've talked about this so much before, and for good reason. Your story, the reason why you exist, is the only way to connect emotionally with someone. As we know, people take action based on emotion, not just plain facts. The key is to make sure it's authentic. Now, for most brands, this should be no problem. But if you haven't taken the time to really dig into the soul of your company, now is the time to do that. This applies to new brands as well as brands that have been around for hundreds of years. If people believe in your vision and your mission, they'll be much more likely to support your brand with their purchases. And last, don't be weird. Don't be weird. Listen, we all have that weird uncle who went through a midlife crisis and now he shows up to family reunions in skinny jeans, a deep VT, and unfortunately, he has the body type round. As a brand, don't be the weird uncle. It just doesn't work. There's a fine line between being clever and being really weird on social media. Number one, make sure you're on social channels that your audience is actually on. Number two, for the channels you are on, have people who are relevant to your audience managing them. Number three, focus on user-generated content. Tell your customer's story more than your own. It's way more authentic, and guess what? It's way more convincing than you could ever be. So there you go. The top things to keep in mind when marketing to millennials or any human being. Be authentic, be consistent, create quality, tell your story, and don't be weird. To dig more into this and other e-commerce growth topics, go visit Metacake.com. As always, like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks, and never stop growing. We've talked about this so much before, and for good reason. Your story, the reason
why you exist